red panty night is real, guys. Make no mistake. Red panty night is still a very real thing. And everybody falls for it, except for Kamaru Usman. Truly, literal statement. Everybody in MMA has fallen for any kind of attention that Conor McGregor has shown to being matched up with him, and I mean across the board. They all go for, and you have to, right? What else are you going to do? Turn down the biggest opportunity of your life? You're a prize fighter. There's your biggest prize, right? Red panty night is real. Usman's saying no, but Usman has to say no. He's doing everything right here. First off, I don't think that Usman believes that fight is going to happen. Second off, if Usman gets the call to go do that fight, the fight's going to happen. Usman does not give a damn, but he can't show that he's going to take this bait. Conor got on a roll where he was doing, it was comical. Conor was trolling, and even Conor had to be looking at his own work and going, my God, how many times are these guys going to fall for this? He got on a roll. 7 weeks in a row, and I'm going back about 2 years now. 7 weeks in a row. There was a UFC. And Conor took to social media and called out somebody on the heels of it. He stole 7 press conferences, 2 of which were pay-per-views. Dana sits down at 7 different press conferences, 2 of which were pay-per-views, which means titles were contested. And the media does not ask Dana about what just happened or what's going to happen for these athletes that are in their 15 minutes of fame. They start asking, well, Conor McGregor was tweeting. I was working the desk at ESPN. And they came in and talked about a tweet that Conor McGregor had put out. This was on the night of the BMF title. The president was there. The Rock was there. The arena was sold out. It was Masvidal versus Diaz. This was a massive night of business. We got to break into ESPN with a Conor McGregor tweet because he called somebody out. Of those 7 people in a row, guys, there's 13 in total. There was 7 in a row every week. The guy would spend a whole week trying to get Conor. Conor never say his name again. Saturday rolls around, boom, he moved on to somebody else, made that guy look like a fool. Next guy falls for it again. 13 people in total that Conor dangled this in front of one time, spent the next 6. Conor had to do one tweet. They then kept Conor's name out there for 6 more days until Conor changed his mind and moved on to somebody else. So when I tell you that Kamaru Usman is literally the first person to not fall for this, it's very important. It's an extremely effective thing that McGregor has done. Extremely. Conor should not change. But Usman is not going to look weak in the process. He is the current GOAT. That comes with certain responsibilities. One guy gets to be the pound-for-pound king, and he is voted on by his peers. Truly. You don't go out and win that. That's not a tournament. It's not something along these lines. Your peers rise one of you up, and they give you a number 1 ranking. The rules change. He's the champion of the world. The rules change. He takes on the top fighters. Conor McGregor is not ranked. The rules change. Kamaru Usman takes on whoever's next in line. Conor McGregor is not in the division. He's a 55-pounder with a rumor that he's going to return to the division. You see where this gets very different? And I must tell you, I'm a bit of a believer in the fight. Of all the fights that I have heard, and look, 155 has already been made crystal clear by both Gaethje and by Oliveira, that they will push everyone aside with whatever power they have, and they will fight Conor as soon as he comes back. Oliveira and Gaethje are 2 of the 13 that I stated. They've all gone for it. Volkanovski did a Conor call-out 2 weeks ago before he headlined a sold-out arena. And Conor's got him coming in every single direction. It is very unlikely that you're going to see Conor versus Kamaru, because it's very unlikely that Conor wants to come back at 170 and go right in against the best guy in the world, who's ranked ahead of the last guy that Conor had prior to an injury in a different weight class. In all fairness, it's a really hard match. However, I don't know a fight at 170 that makes more sense. Point being, they're not a fight at 170 that makes any sense. What are you going to do with Conor? You're going to stick him in there with Chimaev? You're going to put him in there with Covington? You're going to give him a contenders match? He's going to headline a pay-per-view that will have guaranteed some kind of a box office record. They do top 10. Conor's got 7 of the top 10. He'll beat one of his own records. You're going to do a crazy night of business to make Conor McGregor a draw? To make him a contender, to get him a top? What are you talking about? That doesn't make sense. In all fairness, it does not. It makes more sense of the terrible options that we've got laid out if you're going to bring in the sport's biggest star and you're going to put him in a weight class that's not his. And you're going to declare to the world that it is now. He got bigger in his time off, and this is where he belongs. And don't forget, he fought here 3 times? Fought there 3 times? Went 2-1? I mean, however you're going to package this up and give him the goddamn title fight. Nothing, right? As weird as that is, it's better than the next idea that you've got. Gives Kamaru Usman one hell of an opportunity. I don't know how many Conor's got left. Usman's got a bunch. Shine him up. Everybody that leaves this sport is supposed to leave the same way. Some people are too selfish to do it, but you're supposed to leave the same way, which is you pass the torch before you go. I'm just sharing for you. Look at 170. If that's where we're bringing him back, and we know it's going to be a pay-per-view, and we know it's going to be a main event, and we know it's going to be a box office all-time record, at least in the top 10 list, give him a title fight. You said you were going to do it at 155. The 2 top guys, one of which are guaranteed to be champion, have said we're going to do it. The 45-pound champion said, I'll leave the weight class. Red Panty Night is real. I love how Kamaru's playing it. He's saying, no, he's irrelevant. He doesn't matter. Don't ask me about Conor McGregor. He's saying all of the right things. But Kamaru, deep down inside, has the same obligation to his career as every other champion and every other fighter, which is to get the easiest opponent for the most money. Conor's doing the same thing. There is something that Conor sees within Usman, and Conor's got a damn good IQ in this sport. He walked into boxing, which he's never done, and went 30 minutes with the greatest to have ever done. He's got an IQ, and there is something that Conor McGregor sees that he believes he can expose within Kamaru Usman, that he does not believe he can expose with Chimaev or with Covington. I'm guessing, since he didn't call these guys out. Conor's got the same job as Usman. Get the most money and the biggest opportunity every single night that you're out there. Both of these guys, if they come together, who are we to get in the way? But until they come together, there's a way that this has to be played. 13 up, 13 down. Usman, the only exception that's playing it right.